Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise in the House today to recognize Special Olympics Awareness Week in Manitoba. It was an honour and a privilege to introduce and pass Private Members Bill 209 5 years ago, proclaiming the second week of June each year to be Special Olympics Awareness Week in Manitoba. This year, the week begins on June 11th, but it has become customary for members of this House to celebrate near the end of the legislative session about a week before the formal events. Madam Speaker, I was happy to see many members out playing bocce ball with athletes, coaches, and Special Olympics staff on the legislative grounds on this beautiful Manitoba Day. I was also proud to see members of our law enforcement community participate in the law enforcement torch run from the Winnipeg Police Service headquarters in the Manitoba Legislature this morning. The law enforcement torch run is supported by the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, which has been an active partner of Special Olympics Canada for more than 35 years. Since its inception, the Law Enforcement Torch Run has raised more than $63 million for Special Olympics Canada. In Manitoba, the run is open to police, corrections, and other law enforcement agencies at all levels of government. Together, they have raised millions of dollars for Special Olympics Manitoba over the last 25 years. This money goes to support an incredible and growing organization of athletes, coaches, volunteers, and staff. Special Olympics Manitoba now has 161 different programs for 18 different sports throughout 7 regions of Manitoba. There are now 1,766 athletes, 551 coaches, and 1,210 volunteers participating in these programs. Each member of Special Olympics has the opportunity to compete in games at the provincial, national, and international levels. This year, Special Olympics Manitoba athletes from across the province will be competing in 9 sports at the Special Olympics Canada Summer Games this August in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. Their commitment and dedication is especially important as the International Special Olympics movement celebrates its 50th anniversary on July 21st, which will be known as the Global Day of Inclusion. This anniversary marks a turning point for the Special Olympics movement. Beginning on July 21st, Special Olympics is moving, and I quote, from an organization for people with intellectual disabilities to a social inclusion movement led by Special Olympics athletes, end quote. We all know that people with intellectual disabilities still face stigma, neglect, and marginalization in our society. Special Olympics has done incredible work eliminating those barriers, but it's time for us all to step up and ensure that people with intellectual disabilities feel included in our lives and in our society. That work begins by supporting our Special Olympics athletes. Madam Speaker, I ask that all members join me in thanking and recognizing our guests in the gallery today. President and CEO of Special Olympics Manitoba, Jennifer Campbell, past board chair, Larry Chernaboy, provincial team athlete, Philip Bielk, bocce team head coach, Joe Grande, and staff members, Kim Morphy and Darren Hemrick, for everything they do to make our province and our world more inclusive for people with intellectual disabilities. Thank you, and I ask all members to join me today in recognizing